Christina, I need your help with something.
Sure, what's up?
I need to explain computer basics to someone who hasn't worked with computers much, and I'm having trouble coming up with simple ways to explain computers.
What about them?
Well, beginning with what exactly defines a computer.
I see what you mean. Well, first of all, a computer is a device that can process data and perform tasks. And they come in many sizes, shapes, and forms. When people use an ATM, they're using a computer. That smartwatch on your wrist, that's a computer.
That's a huge size difference between an ATM and a watch. I don't often think about my watch being much of a computer, but I use it for lots of tasks like tracking my steps, heart rate, responding to text messages, and other things throughout the day.
Just like using any computer, you interact with your watch to accomplish tasks, such as reading and responding to text messages. Computers can be portable, like your watch, a laptop, or a tablet, but they can also be stationary, such as an ATM or a desktop computer.
That's a good point to mention, because computers do take many forms.
Don't forget about our smartphones being a computer too.
I had forgotten about mentioning my smartphone, but that's another good example.
Computers range in size from supercomputers, which are about the size of a refrigerator, to small, like your smartwatch. In between, we have laptops and PCs, also called personal computers or desktop computers, which most of us are familiar with. You know, I just thought of another one. I believe there's even a computer in my new toaster because it has a touchscreen display.
So computers come in all forms, even a toaster.
That's right.
Let's talk specifically about personal computers. There are tower computers, which sit on the floor, and desktop computers, which sit on your desk. Both the tower and the desktop computer consists of the case which holds all of the electronics, a separate monitor, a keyboard, and a mouse. The monitor is typically connected to the computer by a cable. The keyboard and mouse can be connected as well, but there are also wireless versions which do not use a cable. I recently bought a wireless keyboard and a mouse at my local office supply store and really like them, since there are no cables to get in the way.
A less complicated computer is the all-in-one computer. These are really easy to set up because the computer and monitor are in a single unit. They take up less space on your desk and you don't have to connect everything with cables. And they normally come with a wireless keyboard and mouse, which eliminates those cables too. So the only cable is the power plug. Of course, the ultimate for consolidating everything into one package is the laptop computer, because it has no cables at all, which makes them easily portable, unlike a full-size computer.
You know, I really like laptops, but the two-in-one units which fold all the way around take things a step further. They can function as a laptop with a keyboard, but when you prefer to have a tablet, you just fold it back and it will function as a tablet, but without having to remove the keyboard. Tablets are simply a thin, flat computer with a screen. They do not have a keyboard or mouse, and input is done using your finger or a special pen. However, most tablets allow for the addition of a detachable keyboard. The biggest benefit of having a two-in-one or foldable computer is you don't have to carry the keyboard separately.
Having something that is portable is really convenient. You don't have to carry around all those extra parts.
I'm not trying to confuse things, but computers can also be simple or complex. Simple computers do specific, limited things like gaming. You know, for instance, a handheld game console. There are also embedded computers, which are designed to do one thing and one thing only, such as a computer which is part of a larger system, like the computer in your car, or the ones in an airplane. These computers are embedded into a system.
So far, we've covered the types of computers and the forms they come in. What other topics do we need to discuss?
We need to talk about operating systems, what they are and what they do, as well as cover apps, data, files, and input and output devices. Would you be able to stick around and help me explain those?
I would be happy to help. Let's tackle those in our next lesson.